Hey everyone, this story I'm about to tell still sends shivers down my spine every time I think about it. I don't know if it was a glitch in the Matrix, a time slip, or something else entirely, but it happened, and it still freaks me out to this day. I was about 9 years old, sitting in the back seat of my sister's old Jeep Cherokee with my cousin, who was the same age as me. My sister was driving, and her other cousin, who was around her age, like 17ish, was in the passenger seat. My sister always used to take me with her on errands or trips to the mall, and on this particular day, my younger cousin was at my house playing in the backyard, so my sister just had us tag along. Anyway, we were driving on the freeway when suddenly, a vibrant carnival with all its rides burst into view. You know, the kind with those crazy, spinning cage rides, the zipper, we could see that, and a huge Ferris wheel too, clear as day. My cousin and I went absolutely wild, begging my sister from the back seat, "Please, sis, can we go? Please." But she was firm, said no, and took the same exit she always did. It was the exact same exit to head right onto a main road, and get this, the carnival was situated off to the left of that exit. As we were on the ramp, waiting at a red light, my sister finally caved a little. She said, and I remember this so clearly, "I promise, we'll go after I return this shirt or something," and my older cousin needed to buy these shoes that were on sale. This was way before smartphones and all that tech, we're talking the late 90s. And here's the thing, besides me, everyone in our family knew my sister was amazing with directions, like a human GPS. She even boasted she knew exactly where to park so we wouldn't have to walk far or deal with traffic. I specifically remember, as we were walking into the mall, I could catch a very faint, almost ghostly smell of carnival treats, you know, like elephant ears or corn dogs, that kind of stuff. It was subtle, but it was there. We were in the mall for, no more than half an hour, tops. Then we headed back to my sister's Jeep. My younger cousin and I were absolutely buzzing, so happy and excited, already imagining all the fun at the carnival. But then, all of a sudden, it hit me, I couldn't smell the carnival anymore. That faint scent of fried dough and sugar? Gone. I figured it was probably just my excitement getting the better of me, a trick of the mind, so I didn't even say anything. We piled back into the Jeep, and my sister navigated us through the loopy parking lot and a few inner streets, finally getting us back onto the same main road we were on before, the one that led to the freeway, and, crucially, the one where the carnival was supposed to be. The second we turned onto that road, guys, you won't believe this. There was nothing. Absolutely nothing. Just a continuous, empty stretch of road on both sides of the freeway exits. No large gates blocking off an area, no thick wires snaking across the ground, no distant sounds of kids screaming and laughing on rides. And that smell of elephant ears? Completely vanished. It was all gone, like it had never even been there. I will never, ever forget that moment. All four of us just sat there in the Jeep, staring at that blank, empty road. The silence in the car was deafening. My older cousin in the front passenger seat, completely bewildered, finally broke the silence, muttering, "What the heck? Did they, press a button and the whole carnival just went underground or disappeared?" And you know what? Nobody laughed. Not a single one of us. Because deep down, we were all thinking the exact same thing. That chilling thought, I can still feel it now. This second story I'm about to tell you actually happened to my dad, back in, I think, the late 90s or early 2000s. It took place in the Catskills. See, my dad had just bought this house near his own place so my grandparents, who live in the UK, could move in and be closer to us. He wanted to get the house all set up, move some furniture in, just fix things up. So, he decided to stay there for a few nights. And let me tell you, those few nights turned into a total nightmare for him. My dad told me he could barely get any sleep those nights. He said he constantly felt like he was being watched, you know that prickling sensation on your skin? Like a pair of eyes just drilling into you from the darkness. He was so freaked out he had to sleep with the lights on in his room, and every little creak and noise made him jump. He got so desperate that he eventually placed salt and maybe some holy water around the house. He said it felt like whatever thing was there got confined to the attic after that. But get this. He told me that sometimes, when he looked towards the attic, he could see these faint glints, like the reflection or glare of a cat's eyes, just watching him from the darkness up there. Can you imagine that? So creepy. But it didn't stop there. At some point, my dad decided to check out the backyard and the old barn on the property. And what he found in there, guys, it was straight out of a horror movie. He found 2 gargoyle statues in the barn. And some kind of weird, like, witch's circle drawn out on the floor. Seriously, what kind of messed up stuff was going on in that house? My dad immediately talked to the neighbors, and they told him that the 2 people who used to live there were, let's just say, pretty weird. That confirmed it for my dad. Something was definitely wrong with those items. So, being the practical guy he is, he smashed up the gargoyles and destroyed that witch circle. Then, he went to a church, got a big bottle of holy water, came back, poured gasoline on the remains of the gargoyles and circle, and set it all on fire. After it burned down, he poured the holy water all over the ashes. And you know what? He said nothing weird happened in the house after that. Thank goodness.